namaskar to all the listeners. This is Attorney Sharparali for the Sharparali Law Show, and today we are the first day of November, and happy Halloween belated to everybody. And just to let you know, anything I'm going to tell you today is for educational purposes. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And today I have my good friend Michael with me on the board. Thank you, Michael, for helping me today. And I hope you can hear me properly, because we're going to discuss many issues, but of course you'll be able to call live if you have any questions. The number to the studio, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And also, if you need any help with immigration, you can call our office, 510-742-5887. You can check our website at attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com, and opiralilaw.com. And also, we have our YouTube channel where I kind of try my best to post twice a week on it, twice or three times. Usually, I post on Fridays, and Friday nights, and also sometimes on Tuesdays. So please check it. Subscribe to it. It's youtube.com/Sharparalilaw, SHAHPEERALLYLAW. So today, of course, immigration is all over the news. And one article kind of covered this issue. Why is the present government, Trump, so much into immigration? Because if you look at it, this is a winning ticket basically for him and for the Republicans, because a lot of people are scared of immigrants, and ultimately it is actually one of the ways to get moving. But we're going to talk a little bit about the caravan and talk a little bit about the citizenship of children born in the United States in a few. But let me take one caller, Michael. I think Samir on the phone. Hello, this is Shah. You're live on air. Hello? Can you hear me? Samir? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Samir. You're live on air.
I'm having difficulty hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
It's better, still not quite loud.
I'm so sorry. That's
hello?
Difficulties. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Okay, so I had a couple of questions actually. So first is my wife, she signed a contract over an email with a company who wanted her to work for them for a couple of years. This was 6 months back. And now she got a better offer and she wants to switch. So there's no official contract as such between them, but just an email which says that, okay, we'll give you a 10% bump and you have to work for us for 2 years. And now she wants to break that and want to get that better opportunity she has at hand. Will there be any legal implications of the same? That was my question.
Which state are you in?
It's very difficult to hear you, sir. Sorry.
Oh, where are you, in California?
I'm in Sunnyvale.
Okay, so you're in California. And what visa is your wife on?
She's on L2.
L2 visa. Well, it all depends, because unless I see the contract, I won't be able to really tell you. But usually this is more employment law issue, and this is not really my area. You might want to check with an employment law lawyer who can really kind of check how valid is this contract, because it's not really an immigration issue. And because at this point you just sign a contract. Usually such contracts are not easy to be enforced, but having said that, since it's not my area of expertise, I cannot really answer you for sure. So you might want to check on that.
As I said, I am having issues with in hearing you, so I can just repeat what you said. You said that there won't be any issues, but I need to check with somebody local as well, because it's difficult to get that sort of information over the call.
Yes. Well, I didn't say there are no issues. Usually not, but since it is not my area of expertise, because this is employment law, you might want to check with an employment lawyer. Okay?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I think I lost the caller. So for those who want to know, unfortunately, because this question is more relevant to employment law, if it was an H1B issue, I might have been able to analyze the H1B situation. But since she's an L2, it goes by a different, like a regular employment. So employment contracts are usually the purview employment lawyers. So good luck to you, Samir. And if you want to call, ladies and gentlemen, the lines are open, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. This is Attorney Chaparral, and today is November 1st, first show of the month. And we are basically live today, and we'll be here for another 40 minutes. So please take advantage of that if you have any questions. But before I go taking the callers, one of the things that a lot of people are worried about is that thing that President Trump said about taking away the birthright of people who are born for children who are born here and whose parents are not green card holders or citizens or illegal in the country. So a lot of people are worried now because many people are here. Sometimes they are on H1B. The H1B might not be valid or any issues, and they are having children. What happened? But the truth is that the way he's saying that he can take it away is not that easy. But at the same time, knowing them, they will try their best to do it. So let's wait and see. But if you look at, I'm going to analyze it a little bit under the 14th Amendment. But let me take one caller, Michael, and then we can talk about that. Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Good morning, Shah.
Good morning.
I have one question. So I'm currently in California, and I applied my GC. But can I apply same from Texas Service Center?
I'm sorry. What do you want to apply? The I-140?
Yes.
Well, technically, it has to go with. I don't have it at the top of my head which service center your case goes, but I think the I-140, if you're in California, goes to California. You cannot shift it unless you have jurisdiction there. So,
okay.
Unless your company has some kind of branch there, but then since the case is probably filed for California, you won't be able to probably put it in Texas. Even you send it there, they might return it, or they might just send it to California.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good luck to you. So feel free to call 510-742-5887. So now it seems like basically that the Trump administration wants to take away the birthright of citizens. As you know, someone who's born in the United States under the 14th Amendment is eligible to become a U.S. citizen despite their parents being unlawful, illegal, except if the parent is under some kind of diplomatic visa or something, then the children are not born as U.S. citizen. Otherwise, they are born as U.S. citizen. So a lot of people are worried about that, but the truth is going to be hard to change it with an executive order. I'm pretty sure the case will go to the Supreme Court because this is major. Let's wait and see, but I doubt it will happen. However, they might make it difficult for people to get their citizenship, and I'll talk a little bit about that later after I take another caller. This is Bray, you're live in air. This is
hi.
You're live in air. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call. My wife was on H1 with a valid I-140 approved, and she was working. Then for some circumstances, she has to change her visa to H4. She got her EAD, and then she started working on EAD. Now, if something happens to H4 EAD and it gets, due to the law reasons, if it gets banned for working, can she go back again on H1 without a cap approval? I'll take the answer offline.
Oh, okay. Let me get it right. So she was an H1. She moved to H4. She has an I-140. and H4 EAD, and if H4 goes away, you can move back to H1. The answer is yes, you can move back to H1, but there will be a gap because technically, okay, let me repeat that. So basically, yes, you can move back to H1 because you're still cap exempt. However, since there's no premium, if the H4 gets cut off suddenly, the EAD gets cut off, you have to wait for the H1 to be approved to move back there. However, if you file it before the H4 EAD gets cut off and it's processed, let's say it takes 2-3 months, you can continue working on H4 EAD until the H1 is approved. So the issue will be when the H4 EAD gets cut off. Now, the other option is, of course, if the H1 has not been completed and has not been withdrawn by the company, you can always leave the country and come back and try to come on the same H1. It's a little bit tricky to do it, but it is possible, so you can try that. But bottom line, if you have any issue of traveling outside before you travel, I recommend you call a lawyer. You can call our office. Let me analyze your case to make sure that it's a good idea to leave and come back. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. And just to let you know, we're live today. It's November 1st, and I have Michael on the board with me. And the number to the studio today, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. And of course, we are talking about immigration law, and we are talking about this issue of birthright, which is causing a lot of confusion. But as much as it is a political move, everybody knows that. However, there will be, he's trying to actually take this away. And this is not new. This has been there has been advocacy for this for years, and they call people anchor babies. Like, for example, people will come here and deliver and then leave the country, and then the child is born as a U.S. citizen, so that later on the child can come back as a U.S. citizen and ultimately petition for their parents. But this is not very, very frequent, as many people think, and they have just made it big on the news. But having said that, there are, of course, abuses, etc., but at the end of the day, this is an executive order will probably not be able to take this away. Let me take another caller, Michael. This is 11 here. Hello.
Hi, Shah. Hi. Hello.
Hello, Priya.
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes. So my husband H1 was about to expire, so the company applied in premium, and he got the H1, and me and my son, we got the H4 also. So those people also applied for my H4 EAD. Right now I'm on H4 EAD and working, and it's valid until April. And that H4 EAD which the company filed on their behalf, like we asked the company themselves to file, the receipt number is not yet revealed, or like I haven't got it. So it's been 2 weeks. So is it taking time, or because since they're going to stop H4 EAD, they've stopped taking applications? I can take the answer offline.
Well, first of all, they have not finalized the stop of H4 EAD, okay? So, number two, the receipt taking more than 2 weeks is kind of normal right now. It is something very frequent, so you should not be panicking at this point. But having said that, yes, there will be a taking away probably of the H4 EAD. So it is not. They put that. So it is the rule is being published right now. So let's see what happens next. And unfortunately, until we see what they're planning to do, it's still, if you look at the agenda right now, it's still at the proposed rule stage. So we'll have to wait and see. We don't really know if people will be able to get, for those who have already applied, people who already have it, will they be able to keep it? And that's another thing. Yeah, there are news on many news outlets stating that they are planning to take away the H4. I was going to talk a little bit about that now, an update on the H4 EAD. So the question is, which many people are asking, have been asking, will they cut off all those who already have the H4 or people who have actually filed for the H4? Our take on this, and I think many lawyers agree with me, is we are expecting a courtesy from them, a bit like they did for DACA, where basically they allow those who have it to keep it and allow one extension. So if that's the case, then people who have it, let's say, for example, someone who has already filed and they get the receipt, they will be able to continue benefiting from the H4. But for those who don't have it, for those who want to renew it, they might not be able to renew it, or they will allow one renewal. So now the question is, what are they planning to do? When are we going to get the final thing? Is we are a lot of speculations are going on right now. We have an election coming in 3 days, 4 days actually, and I hope all of you who have the ability to vote have voted. I have voted, so I vote and absentee ballot. But the thing is, just like you have to vote and make sure if you vote, at least exercise your right if you are a citizen of this country. So the truth is, we are seeing a lot of political move against immigration, and as I mentioned earlier, immigration is a hot topic, and unfortunately, it is being used as a tool basically to rally those who oppose immigration. And unfortunately, according to many statistics, it is a winning game when it comes, because people are fearful about immigrants. A lot of people, like this ad says from Trump, I think yesterday, where basically they're describing immigrants as invaders. And I understand the fear, because that's not only typical to America. This is something that many countries, people are fearful about. And it doesn't matter which country you're from, we are always fearful that immigrants will take over. But in America, things are very different. America is a land of immigrants. I know when people will hear that, a lot of haters are going to say, no, it's not, but it is. If you look at it from back in history, America has been, except the Native Americans, everybody is kind of an immigrant somehow. So it is an issue that is coming into play right now for the elections, and will be on the table until forever now. And hopefully we're not going to see bad things keep happening, but they are happening, some of them. And the H4 EAD, taking away of the H4 EAD, is going to happen probably, but what we are hoping, there will be enough lawsuit to stop it. And that's where a lot of people, and you keep seeing articles, because those articles oftentimes you get a lot of hit on them, so a lot of newspapers pick it up just to get the hits, because people on H4 and H1 are always eager to know what's happening on the H4 EAD. So you cannot really rely on those articles to say, yes, it will happen or will not happen. But yes, we know something will happen, but we don't know when. We are expecting something by December or even this month. But again, and it's a lot of speculation there. And we can only base on what we have seen before in DACA. Hopefully they will keep the same rule, like they will allow people who have it to keep it until the date it's on there. For example, you have it to 2020, you might be able to keep it, but they will not allow any kind of change or extension, etc. So let's wait and see. And again, the lines are open, 510-742, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and if you want to reach our office, 510-742-5887. And also, I wanted to read something that is very interesting that came from one of our clients, a kind of a testimony that on a national interest waiver, and we really like it, and it was very nice of him to write something so long and so nice. I wanted to read it to you because it is something that his name is Richard, and he was an OPT, and he ultimately, because he's from a country that EB2 is current, he was able to file for his adjustment of status, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what he says, and just as a disclaimer, anytime there is a testimonial, the testimonial do not constitute a guarantee, warranty, or a prediction regarding an outcome of any legal matter. Each case is different, and success in one doesn't warrant or guarantee success in other similar cases. So I'm going to read this letter, Michael, for a few minutes, so we'll put a hold a little bit on the callers, but let me read about what Richard wrote about us on the EB2 National Interest Waiver case. I was on a 12-month OPT after graduating with my master's degree in petroleum engineering. I landed a job with a state agency as a safety engineer with the goal of getting a 24-month STEM extension so I could have more time to figure out the next steps. Fast forward to 11 months into my employment, I was told the state agency doesn't participate in E-Verify, a critical component in the 24-month extension. At this point, I was beyond panicking because my EAD was expiring in the next 60 days with no solid backup plan. I went online and searched for every possible attorney that specialized in EB2 National Interest Waiver, the most reasonable category since my company was not able to sponsor a foreign workers, and I had an advanced degree. I emailed and consulted with every single one of the attorneys on the list, and none but Sharif Silmi of Chaparral was able to assure me his firm can take on my case and work with me. To reiterate, all of the highly rated attorneys rejected my case or told me I do not qualify for EB2 National Interest Waiver. Chaparral, through Sharif Silmi, was the only firm that expressed interest in handling my case. Mr. Silmi diligently worked with me to gather evidence, was always available to answer questions, extremely helpful in crafting the appropriate support letters, filed the petitions in very short time, and I was nearing the end of my EAD eligibility. And most surprisingly was very affordable. Fast forward 8 months later, my I-140 base EB2 has been approved. Sharif was nothing short of professional, extremely knowledgeable, patient, thoughtful, and someone I can count on to deliver. So he keeps going on and explaining how we have helped him. I just brought this. I usually don't read that, but it is longer than that, actually. So, and again, this is not a guarantee of success of your case because each case is different. But the reason I'm reading that is because we have been taking a different approach when it comes to EB2, National Interest Waiver, even EB1, and that's why you're seeing such an influx of cases coming to our office on EB1, and we're getting a lot of approvals, and we are very, very proud of that. And I'm very proud of Sharif in the office and our Washington, D.C. office for really kind of focusing on that. So if you need help on EB1 or National Interest Waiver, please give us a call, 510-742-5887. Just to let you know, those two, EB1A and National Interest Waivers, don't need an employer, okay? So, and it goes pretty fast in some cases. Not the EB2 National Interest Waiver, but the EB1 goes faster because you can do it under premium. So give us a call and let us analyze your case. Even other attorneys told you that they couldn't get it done. Let us give it a shot. And so far, most of the clients calling us have been told this, that they couldn't get it done, and we still get it done. So it doesn't mean we are doing anything. Well, we are doing something special, but doesn't mean we are doing any miracle. What we are doing, we are practicing law the way it should be. So if you need help, 510-742-5887. We can help you on those EB1, National Interest Waiver, etc. Let me take another caller, Michael, and talk a little bit more about that. This is Shapra. You are live in here. Hello.
Hello, Shah.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. My question is on EB1C. So I'm currently waiting for my adjustment of status in the multinational manager category. However, EB1C dates have sort of retrogressed, and they have not yet come back as current. Is there any idea that you have when this would become current? And again, I'm talking about Indian nationality.
Indian national. I don't think it will get current soon. It will stay around those dates. It will move maybe 6 months ahead. Right now, they're accepting, I think, 2017, if I'm not mistaken. But ultimately, no, I think today, as from today, they have changed, but I have to double check. But definitely, it is not going to get current soon. It might actually go back a little bit, but then current. I'm not expecting it to be current until probably next year, mid next year, if possible, if it goes current. But some people believe it will get current, actually. Some people in my own office believe it will get current. I personally don't think it will get current soon, but it's hard to tell. It's just a guessing game.
Okay. Is there a reason why this is being pushed back? Is it again the administration?
Because the number of applications on EB1 has highly increased. A lot of people are qualifying, especially on EB1C, and that's actually what brought it kind of down. Because what happened, a lot of people in the past 2 years have moved back and worked with their company for 1 year and coming back and filing the EB1C. And that's causing a huge, because there's a quota on number of people allotted for EB1, right, just like EB2 and EB3. And once the whole thing gets heated up, it kind of brought down created the backlog. So that's the reason it's happening. But ultimately, a lot of people are getting denied too, so they might place back those visa numbers back in the basket. But ultimately, the reason it's happening is because a lot of people are trying to shift to EB1 if they can get on it. Especially right now, EB2 is a 7-year waiting, and EB3 around the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Just another follow-up on this. There's also now field officers which are conducting interviews as a last step in order to get the permanent residency. Is that independent of the priority date becoming current, or will that only happen once the dates are current?
Usually it will happen when the date gets close, but they have it aligned based on an estimate. So they can call you for an interview because they are thinking, okay, next month is going to get current, but then suddenly you see a retrogression, it goes backward. So it is an indication it's coming close, but not necessarily, if that's what you want to know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Chaparral. You're live on air.
Hello. This is Ramesh. I have a question regarding the H1B extension.
Yes,
my H1B expired and I-140 was approved after 2 years. So I just want to know, can multiple employers file the extension?
So your I-140 got approved, and you have an extension with company A, and you're transferring to...
Yeah, I have already moved to H4.
You have moved to H4, and now you want to file an extension with the existing company, and you want another company also to file for you, right? Hello?
Hello? Yeah. So, actually, my current company doesn't have a project, so they might file for the in-house project. So I don't know it will be approved or not. So I just want to have the other employer also file.
That's
possible?
something tricky. It needs to be analyzed. If the project is genuine, it will get approved. If the project is not very strong, then it's better not to file. Then yes, you can transfer the H1B to another company and use the same I-140 if that's what you're asking. Yes. The transfer will have the extension involved in it. Okay? Okay, good luck to you. I don't know if I have more callers, Michael. How much time? Oh, we have a few more callers. So let me take those callers. This is Shapra. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question. I adopted my niece from India, and she's 14 now, and I did not fulfill the requirement, like to stay with her physically, like to get her immigration. I was wondering if I bring her on study visa and she live with me for 2 years, is she fulfill that condition or no?
Anyway, she comes to the U.S. or you go and be with her, it doesn't matter. You fulfill the condition.
Okay.
However,
I was trying to get her,
to get the student visa because once they find out she's adopted by a U.S. citizen, they might not give her the student visa under EAD 214B. That's a different story. You can be on a student visa, you can be on visitor visa, you can be I don't want to say illegal, but almost like that.
So, but then what is the other option? Because it's hard to quit the job and go back and live there for 2 years. So what is the other?
There's no real option. Maybe give me a call at the office. We can analyze what are the possible options. But unfortunately, the only option is to go back there and spend 2 years with her.
Okay.
That. And then when you spend 2 years with her, you cannot be spending it pretty much in her house. That's the problem. There is one option also, if one exception is called if that person is in boarding school under your responsibility.
Yeah, she is. She is in boarding school under my responsibility.
Okay, so you might be able to use that to get the 2 years. But lately they have been kind of reluctant to give it because everybody is taking that route. But ultimately, you might be able to use that if she cut off from her parents, etc., etc. It's a little bit complicated, so it's very hard to explain within those few minutes. But you can give it a shot through the boarding school, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Let me take one more caller, and then we will talk about that.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, sure. This is Ashish here. Regarding this election that is coming up, one point I wanted to make is that I'm getting turned off with the policy of the Democrats on illegal immigration because this Gavin Newsom, the candidate for governor, is saying that he wants to give free health care for the illegal immigrants. So where is the money for all of that? And these open border policies are creating a magnet for more illegal immigrants to come in, like these migrant caravans are coming in. So I'm concerned about the effects of this uncontrolled illegal immigration will have on our cities and the country, and especially these policies like the sanctuary cities, sanctuary policies where they are protecting illegal immigrants. So first of all, they are illegally, and then they have committed additional crimes in this country, and still the Democrats are saying that they will protect them from deportation and prosecutions. I'm concerned about all these policies, and to the other your viewers, I want to say that to not just go by group thing, but think for your own whether all these policies on sanctuary cities, on illegal immigration are going to be good for the country and for your cities and your family. So that's one point I wanted to make.
Okay, that's a good point. Well, I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I kind of side with the Democrats when it comes to immigration oftentimes, but I used to also side with Republicans when it comes to employment. So, unfortunately, it's all politics. It's nothing to do with you. Look at the human factor on all this, and people can think it's very easy now to sit down as an immigrant and kind of put down other immigrants when you have made it here. But remember the days when you had to struggle to get here. Luckily, many of our people in our community come through legal channels, but many of those people coming in are suffering from war-torn countries, right? And the truth is that there's no statistics that shows that immigrants are the ones who increase the crimes in the country. That's one of the, I don't want to use a bad word, but that's one of the lies coming from the Republicans too. So it's easy to kind of blame the Democrats, although I don't agree with the Democrats on many, many things. Yes, maybe sanctuary cities and basically giving this and that to people who come here, take advantage. And this happens on both sides, right? People bring parents here and they use the system. Even the citizens do that. So it's not. Bottom line, everybody's taking advantage of everything. The truth is that it's not just because we are legal in this country, we are citizens, that we don't get treated as a second class. So it's I can go on and on this. People can keep thinking, okay, no, now I'm a citizen, I'm a hot shot, but we are not. The truth is that there's always a difference between the two. Our children, even born here, sometimes are not treated the same way as other people. So as much as maybe I agree with you, we should not have a policy of open borders. We should also think about the human factor of it, because it's easy to sit and say, oh, we are good, we want to protect our people here, but then what happened to the others? So it's done. Let me I can go on and on. And the truth is that I wanted to talk a little bit about debt settlement, because before I move on, and I think Amit is going to call in a few minutes. So debt settlement is one of the things now a lot of people are calling me about, because it seems like we might see some kind of house market crash. It's already happening in South California, and last time it happened, we know what happened, and that's what happened in the bush. Everything crumbled suddenly, and second mortgages houses become underwater, and second mortgages just be sitting there floating on nothing. So if this happens, of course, hopefully it doesn't happen, we can help you basically get rid of the second mortgages. Also, for people who are leaving the country, a lot of people are leaving right now, and that's what I call self-deportation. We might be able to change the whole thing and get you out of debts without having a big debt on your head when you're leaving, and we can help you settle those debts. You can check the blog, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and we can talk a little bit more about it. And the way it works for debt settlement, we will charge you only if we get a deal, not like immigration. That's different. Okay, don't confuse the two. So it's a contingency kind of plan. So what we do in debt settlement is, like, for example, let's say you owe a certain amount of money, we get it settled for a fraction of its value. An example here, and I'm just giving, for example, let's say you owe $10,000, we might be able to settle it for $5,000, for $3,000, for $2,000, depending on your situation, how much is your hardship. So check the blog, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and you can get an idea what we can do for you. Call our office, 510-742-5887. Now to go back to what's happening out there on immigration front, yes, indeed, since our last caller brought up the issue of people coming in, etc., there is something called a caravan coming in, and it's kind of heartbreaking, because I don't do many of those cases, to be honest, because most of our clients are from Asian countries or Europe, so we don't have this issue of quote-unquote illegal immigration, although our San Francisco office handles a few of them. The truth is, many of those people are coming from really, really suffering from those countries where there's wars, and many of those wars are kind of we are responsible for. So it's heartbreaking and actually inhumane to have them basically kind of stuck at in jail or getting hurt. But having said that, of course, we have to protect our borders. We cannot allow influx of criminals coming in. But from my experience, I'll say 90%, when more of those people are not criminals. Most of them are young children, parents suffering, just like all of us in the past, and all of people coming here to America. It's a land of opportunity, and America functions. So America needs them, and we need America. So it's not fair to really kind of put everybody in one basket. But that's my take on it. And at the same time now, for the Birthright, I have a video I put on that. Check it. I don't think it will be that easy to take it away, but yet, if you look at the history of citizenship, it has changed over time. So I urge you all, first of all, to vote. I don't know who you're going to vote, doesn't matter. but just vote, because that's the only way you can speak in a democracy. Unfortunately, most people don't vote, and if you ask them, they say, I don't, whichever comes, it will be the same. So the truth is, you need to vote. If you're eligible to vote, vote, because that's your right, and you should exercise that right. Because ultimately your children are the one who's going to suffer. And lately we also saw what happened to the synagogue, and my heart goes to the Jewish community on this. It's very, very sad. Yeah, you have someone just going in a church or a synagogue and shooting at people. And it's not going to stop right now. Back in the days we had that at the Gurdwara, we had it at the mosque, now we have it at the synagogue, we had it at black churches. That's not a good sign. If people think that's a good sign, and we keep talking about immigrants being criminals, but yet there are other things happening in this country that we need to kind of check. And again, I am not in the position to decide which party will do that, but the truth is that we got to stop that, because the world has enough problems not to add on it. So I think now we're almost done. Just to let you know, we'll be back next week the same time from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And also, for those who want to listen to the show again or share it, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe there, youtube.com/sharprylaw. Kindly subscribe, because I put updates. Sometimes I don't get on the radio except once a week. So if I have an update, I always put it there. So please check it. And if you have any questions, feel free to call our office, 510-742-5887. Thank you, Michael. Anything I told you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Amit, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Amit, I think you have 10